3 people have died and 2 others are in hospital in a serious condition after a collision between a train and a car in Hamilton early this morning. The lights, alarms and barrier arms were all working at the time. As police investigate the circumstances, they wanted to acknowledge the actions by members of the public and emergency services who responded to what was a difficult scene. Laura Tupou spoke to one of those who helped.
In the light of day, tarpaulins cover the bodies of those who paid the highest price of this collision. Police collected evidence on Peachgrove Road where the crash took place at 4:30 in the morning. One resident who didn't want to be named was waking up for the day.
We heard the smash and we heard the brakes of the tram come on. So I sort of went running out there, and it's all good in hindsight now. I wish I had put shoes on because now my feet are full of glass.
A police officer had just arrived and 2 other people nearby had come to help.
He was just trying to cipher who he could get out first. The impact side, you couldn't get the doors open, so we had to go around the other side and try and get the doors open. Just because it all happened so fast, I can't really tell you who we pulled out first.
He says the officer took charge and talked them through what to do.
I was trying to hold the door open properly, so I was trying to pry that open so he could sort of start getting the front of the body out, and then I went to grab the legs and they weren't too flash.
He says they pulled the 2 in the front out first and then worked on the back left side where he says the impact was.
He wasn't moving or anything, whereas I can't even tell you if the ones in the back were even moving either, I'm not sure.
The train was arriving into Hamilton from Mount Maunganui, carrying freight, an extremely heavy piece of machinery and not easily stopped, even when the brakes are applied.
That's when I realised from the train driver they were actually coming the other way and they tried to shoot through the barrier arms. They must have been going at pace because the train operator just had no time. They just literally just peeled straight in front of them.
When more officers arrived and emergency staff took over, the man returned home.
I went in to shower because I had blood all over me. And then I sort of just kept going back out, just sort of watching the scene and through a few footies.
3 hearses arrived at the scene later that morning.
They turned up and sort of, did a blessing in that, of the site. I didn't really know that was a process, so that was quite cool.
A triple fatal at a level crossing in a vehicle is not common.
Last year we had no deaths in vehicle collisions. The year before I think there was 1 death. So it is very rare.
Even with bells, lights and barrier arms that were all working at the time, drivers must stop.
It's just so unbelievably tragic that just brings home how devastating these incidents can be.
The man who helped out made sure to tell senior police staff of the officer on the scene's work.
But how that officer was just it's just real commendable. It's really given me a new perception of what these boys have to deal with.
Now piecing together what led to 3 deaths and 2 people hospitalised.